the chorus, I play an A chord, and I strum down, and what I do is I use my 3 fingers and my bass, and every time I do a chord I always put a little roll in it. So it's not just, it's a little, so, and that's the high E, and that's the C sharp on the B string just above it. So watch this. Right? Now I go to the G sharp, which is the 3rd in E, so I'm using that for my bass. So F sharp, E, B, G sharp, B. Okay? Keep that bass ringing. Now I go to an A slash F sharp, same, just like the first one. Now with the E in the bass. So the melody stays the same, it's the chords that are changing behind it. Now put the chords. Now from here, my pinky goes right up here to the D, and my first finger goes on the A, and my bass is here on the A string, and I'm using my 3 fingers that I mentioned earlier to pull up on the top 3 strings, the E, B, and G. What I do is I go bass, melody, pulling up on the G with my first, so I'm going that's the same. Walk down that bass note 1 to C sharp or D flat. And now it goes to the B. And it walks up. Now we get to the solo section. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I speed it up a little bit. I've found that this song needs to breathe. I recorded it before and I used a metronome and played to that, and it just didn't breathe that well. So I have retards, I have a little rubato at some parts, which means freeform, and when I do this part I speed it up a little bit. Just like the beginning. Now what I do instead of doing this, I do the exact same thing. I use 2 strings, but I pluck on the high E string and the G string, and instead of doing an E like this, I'm doing E like this. So now, and I'm using the B as my pedal point for my 8th note, my upbeat. So let's do that again. And what that does, it just gives it a little different flavor. Like to change things up a little bit. Now I change things up a lot, and what I do is I do the same kind of walk down, but what I do is I do it up here. And what that chord is an A minor with a raised 5th. Now the raised 5th is in the next 4 chords, okay? And so I'm kind of doing the walk down. Just like we did in all the other verses and the intro. Now, you could do a couple different things here. If you're going to just pick it, you can do your thumb, and I'm hitting every string, 5 strings down with the exception of the low E. So I would go thumb, 1, 2, 3, 3. So I do my thumb 1 time, and I use my 3rd finger twice. So once again, thumb, index, middle, ring, ring. Now you can do it like that, so if you did that run, you could do that. I throw a harmonic in there, so I go like this. And that's doing the harmonic, plucking it, plucking it with the thumb pick, and the harmonic is actually coming from my first finger. That's the finger that's doing that. 12 frets above Chet Atkins, Lenny Bro, great stuff. So now if we put all of those in a row, you get that nice ring. You don't have to do that. Now the next chord is what I've deemed as a B flat major 9 with a flat 5th, A in the bass. You can call it whatever you want. So after I do the walk down, do a pull off there. The tab should help you with the run on this. That will be projected right about here on the screen. So it'll go. Here's that raised 5th to the 5th. Now what I play is an A major 9, and I slide up to a C major 9. And I still keep the melody going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that whole part starting with the walk up after the solo section. And I retard this part. Now what I do is I simply go to the second half of all the verses. It says I'm going to a chorus. I played this twice. So if that was the second time, I would go to the ending, which is like this. And what that is an A minor 9. And I'm doing my picking pattern is I'm starting with my thumb, and I'm actually doing a backwards roll, 3, 2, 1, ring, middle, index. I do that twice. Bass, run, harmonics. Now the harmonics are right there. If you're capoed on your 5th fret, as we've been talking about, your harmonics are going to be right on your double dots. And if you don't have double dots, your 12th fret. And I'm doing harmonics on the A string and the D string, and you kind of got to pull those out of there. Retard it. And you can even throw that chord in like that at the very end if you'd like. That's basically everything. All you have to do is piece it together. Now if you'd like, I've included links on part 1 and part 2 of this actual arrangement that was played live, which is also available on my Live at Vino CD. If you need some help and you want to hear it all the way through, simply click on the link and then you can hear it all the way through. So I hope this explained what I was doing in a cohesive way, and it made sense, and I didn't get too long-winded on some parts of it. And I really like the idea that people like this arrangement. I love this song. It's a beautiful song, and I hope you enjoy playing it, and we'll see you next time.